Hello everyone from the internet and welcome back to my video. Today I have somebody very special on my podcast. Please introduce yourself.
What's up, guys? My name is Jaye Jurassick, and happy to be here, man.
It's nice having you after talking for 5 years on Instagram.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
So today we have a very interesting topic that every Jurassic Park fan loves to talk about. It is the gaming side of the Jurassic Park franchise. So in my opinion, I think Jurassic Park games are amazing that we have, such as Jurassic World Evolution, Jurassic Park Trespasser, and all of that, like all of the games we had for the past 20 years. But I don't think they're sufficient. What's your take on it?
No, we need more diversity on those games. I believe We're basically kind of getting a lot of park builders, and I don't know. There should be with how big of a franchise Jurassic Park is. It should be kind of a different level of games that we should be.
I agree. Such as first-person shooters, the open world games, and etc.
Yeah.
I think the reason that we only have park builder games is that if you remember Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, which is one of the best games ever, that was a massive success for Jurassic Park fans because we loved that game. We created our own park, monetized money, and that was really fun. And I think that Universal got a bit lazy, and they were like, since fans like this, hopefully they'll like mobile games, and they give us like park builders after park builders after park builders.
No, I agree. Yeah, it's a money grab, cash grab, and that's usually what Universal likes to do. They're not as aggressive with their marketing and as like Disney is. Universal's kind of laid back with their stuff, and they kind of let the fans run the whole gambit on. I've talked about that before. Like the fans are the creators, really. If you look at it.
Because they had like interesting Jurassic Park games. If you remember, like in Clayton Fioriti's video, he was talking about one Jurassic Park SPS game where you were playing as Chris Pratt and you had guns. But Universal Studios unfortunately delayed that game or like stopped proceeding with that game because it had guns in it. And I was like, but it's Jurassic Park, it should have guns. It should like be more oriented to like adult audiences instead of catering to like very small audiences like 13-year-olds or lower.
Yeah, that's very true. The thing is though, their demographic is kind of aimed at the lower spectrum because as a lot of us get older, some of us stay fans. Like myself, I'm a lot older and I am a huge dinosaur nerd, but that's not a lot of us. A lot of people around my age group or 20s, they'll go see the films, but they're not going to be super hardcore fans where they'll buy all the merchandise, all the toys, all that stuff. The ones that will buy that are the kids, and that's what they're aiming for. Now, as for guns in Jurassic, there's always been guns in Jurassic since like Jurassic Park with Muldoon and all that. The thing is, like, there has to be a way kind of going around it where we're not just necessarily just killing and shooting dinosaurs. We had those arcade games that had that, but like I feel like in a game that really would like work with that would be kind of like a mix between not having just bullet guns, maybe like tranquilizer guns. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, than just going and massacring dinosaurs. I don't think that would really even myself
interesting for a player.
Yeah, there is a not really a genre, but there was a game that is one of my absolute favorite games of all time that had that going on, and I guess we could discuss that later. But like, that's the way I see it, and I think Universal kind of saw that too, maybe.
I agree. Because instead of using guns, like you said, they could have used like tranquilizers or equivalent of those for the Jurassic Park franchise. But it's kind of sad that they only delayed that one game, one amazing game, just because it had guns in it.
They delay a lot of good ideas.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But talking about the smaller audience, I agree with you on that one because let's go back to 1993 when Jurassic Park came out. Obviously, you were a young kid. I wasn't even born,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure like you were fascinated by this movie and you wanted to buy toys and other related products that came from this movie. And I'm pretty sure like the adults that saw this movie weren't into the merchandise and everything. They were just like, oh, it's a good movie. Now I'm going to carry on with my life and get back to my usual job.
Basically, yeah, like a lot of the adults that I remember from that time, they got to see this movie were mesmerized by the movie, but it wasn't about buying the merch. It was going to see the movie, and they probably take their friends and see it again. So, like, the movie itself made money because back then as well, movies weren't in theaters for like just a month or two. Movies would be in the theater for like a year. They would be there for yeah, they were there for a long time, and DVDs and Blu-rays and all that. Blu-rays didn't exist; only DVDs did, and VHS, video cassettes. So like those came out like 2 years later than when the movie was taken out of the theater. You didn't get it like now like a movie ends and you have like the VHS and the Blu-ray, like I mean not the VHS, like the DVD and the Blu-ray or on demand. You have it like a month or two after the movie's out of the theater run. Back then you had to wait like an entire year after the theater run was done. Like I remember Jurassic Park came out on VHS. I'm pretty sure it was 94. And it came out in October. I think October 25th was when it came out because it was like my cousin's birthday. And he got the VHS before me, which I was like...
Jealous, yeah. I can agree. Just strangle him and take the VHS.
I don't know about that, but yeah. But yeah, so it was... So I was like, me myself, being a kid at the time, I wanted all the merch, I wanted all the games, I wanted all that stuff. And at the time, the games that there was out was Super Nintendo and Sega. Those are the systems that were out. So games came out on those.
Well, the interesting part for me is that Jurassic Park game isn't really like a friendly movie, in my opinion. It's kind of got that suspense, thriller, and sci-fi horror to it. It's not like all friendly, like you go to a park, you have fun and come out. That's not how Jurassic Park goes.
No.
Most of the time it's like something goes down, like something horrible, like a dinosaur escapes and kills people and something happens. And I wanted to know, like, if it's an aggressive movie like this, how does it cater to kids? Because it's PG-13, obviously, so Universal, if they're listening, I just want them to make like a game that's like Alien Isolation, where you are on Isla Nublar or Isla Sorna, then you survive for a while on the island, then you progress as the story goes on, and then you get rescued by the, I don't know, CIA, FBI, who came to the island and rescue you. But I just hope that Universal Studios listens to like the older audience, which, like you said earlier, most of the audience nowadays are kids, which I understand, but obviously some people want to play Jurassic Park games because it's kind of a terrifying horror franchise, so most people want to see what this universe has to expand on and what it has to give on. That's my take on it.
No, that's a good take. Honestly, the way that I see it is they should kind of separate the IPs. They should leave Jurassic Park in another type of merchandising, and then keep catering Jurassic World to the younger fans, because Jurassic World is what the younger fans know. They'll watch Jurassic Park because Jurassic World, like, there's a lot of fans that don't know a lot about Jurassic Park or Lost World. You know, Lost World is dark, man. That is my absolute favorite one out of the franchise. But like, it is a dark film, and that is the reason why it got so much slack back in the day, because it was not like Jurassic. Jurassic has a little bit of lightness to it. It has that thriller, scientific thriller, sci-fi thriller that like movies like The Thing and like Jaws, movies like that have. But the reason that Jurassic, as much as it is, it has that like terror and horror aspect to some extent, the reason it resonates with children is because it's dinosaurs. You're using something that from a very early age, when you're introduced to these creatures through a book, through museums, through Land Before Time, through just plush toys, or now they have a lot of little dinosaur shows like Dinosaur Train and stuff like that. You're fascinated with that there was these creatures. They were enormous sizes. Well, some of them, they're small, but like that actually existed in your backyard. They were here before you that you will never see because they don't exist in this realm anymore. Now, if they get the whole DNA sequencing and all that, that's a different story. But in the reality of what it is right now, I don't think we'll be seeing dinosaurs anytime soon. So it is a thing of imagination. It captures imagination. So you cater to an audience that likes sci-fi thrillers and horror, but also at the same time you're catering to an audience that is captured by the imagination and majesty of these creatures. So it's like it's kind of a double-edged sword that works,
Yeah.
And you don't see that with very much films out there.
Yeah, I see what you mean. For example, like Star Wars, like you said, it has that dark twist to it. But then some people, like some kids, love aviation and everything, so they can all put like very dark themes into it. So I kind of see what your point is in there.
Yeah, Jurassic Park, like as much as like its scientific accuracy is not there anymore. Now, in '93, this movie created a lot of the paleontologists we're talking to today. It got them
Jack Horner.
No, Jack Horner was already a paleontologist back then. He was one of the advisors.
My mistake.
Like, a lot of the younger guys that you see, like, all their names are escaping me right now. But like,
I have a brain fart as well right now.
But you know what I mean. Like, you probably followed some of their accounts. You see some of them on. I think the Dinosaur Whisperer is one of them. I don't know his real name.
Yeah, the Dustin Growick.
Yeah, he's probably around my age or a bit younger, and that's what I mean. He's correcting stuff Jurassic all the time, but he uses Jurassic a lot to like inform, and most likely that maybe Jurassic Park wasn't fully responsible, but to a sense there was some responsibility of Jurassic pushing him towards that education and becoming a paleontologist. Jurassic Park created a lot of paleontologists because they were fascinated by these dinosaurs more, and then as time goes on, they discover the inaccuracies and whatnot. It's fine, but that was like the basis. That's what got, like, if I didn't go like that I'm a professional tattoo artist. If I didn't go into art, I would have gone into paleontology. Like, those were the two things that fascinated me,
Yeah.
So,
because I'm currently majoring in aerospace engineering, and to be honest, if I wasn't interested in aerospace engineering, I was going to be like you. My second option was going to be paleontology, because I loved Jurassic Park. Dustin Growick, which you've mentioned earlier, Dinosaur Whisperer, he is a big inspiration to me because he puts a lot of educational stuff, and then he relates it to Jurassic World stuff, like you mentioned earlier.
Yeah,
and that helps you like give you an idea that the movie is not 100% scientifically accurate. It had some bits and pieces to it that are accurate, but some of it are false. So take a little bit of grain of salt when you're watching the movie. That's basically it.
Yeah, but it's entertainment, and that's one thing that we talk about a lot. As you know, I'm a contributor on the Jurassic Park podcast, so like we talk about a lot. We talk about a lot on the podcast about that, where these are entertainment. These are movies to entertain and have fun and watch them and keep your, like, turn off, a little bit of like the real world with, the real world is basically burning right now. Just turn off and just go into your imagination and watch these movies, right? Scientific like value from these movies, if you're trying to like really like sit there and nitpick the scientific stuff about these movies, there's no point in doing that. These movies are for entertainment. Back in 1983, that's what we thought dinosaurs
they're just
like.
Science fiction.
Yeah, they're science fiction. And now, they're
trying like a general idea.
Yeah, exactly. And now they're trying to go back with, retconning and saying that, they're these hybrids and blah, blah, blah. But back in 1993, that wasn't what was going on. Back in 93, that's what we thought they looked like. And
that was scientifically accurate.
Yeah, and a year ago, we thought T-Rex look this way, and now it looks a different way. Every year is changing. Paleontology is an ever-evolving form of science that is never 100% accurate. And I'll say that again and again, never 100% accurate, because we're finding things every day. And the thing about it is, it's not that we're just finding things every day, is that we really don't know what they look like. We have a good idea,
I agree.
but we don't. They're bones, dude. You know what I mean? We find some pieces of skin and some things, but they're like, no one was back then to actually look at these things, you know? So yeah.
I agree. It's like the movie Jaws. Like, for example, Jaws was like a terrifying movie where a shark in Amity Island is going around and killing people off one by one as if it's having a revenge or has a grudge against humans. And then we found out, like, after Steven Spielberg like recorded this movie, and damn, give me a sec. It's okay. I am so sorry. I'm gonna cut this part out.
No, don't worry. Most likely at some point in the recording, it's always an Easter egg. You'll hear my cat Cheetos.
It's okay. I love your cat Cheetos. He has an Instagram. I remember. I still remember.
Yeah. He's the fluffiest Jurassic Park fan.
And the cutest.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
Okay.
So
as I was saying,
Jaws. You were talking about Jaws.
Yes, I was saying about Jaws. Like, it was a shark. It seemed like he was holding grudges against human beings and attacking one by one every people who lived in Amity Island. And after Steven Spielberg posted this movie, like, a lot of people saw this movie. Obviously, everybody loved this movie. But the problem came after that. Everybody thought that this great white shark represented all great white sharks across the ocean as being a mean, vicious monster. So sometimes when directors post a movie, I think that they should sometimes notify people that these aren't really scientifically accurate dinosaurs, because most of the public, like, if they see Jurassic Park, they're gonna have like a stereotypical idea or a vague idea that dinosaurs don't have feathers. All of them are scaly, but when in reality most of them are scaly, and some of them have feathers, and all of them are not big, etc. But I don't know, because back in the days, this scaly dinosaurs were predominant and were accepted by the scientific community. And after a while, it becomes false. So people don't know how to change their mindset, because they've only seen this movie and they're not really interested by paleontology or anything else. They just came in to enjoy the movie and get out. And after a while, since people have a false idea of dinosaurs, people get upset sometimes, which I understand, like scientists and everything, which affects them like tremendously. But I think it starts with the director by saying it's just a scientific movie. It's not 100% accurate, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, some of the marketing has changed up where they're doing things like that, and in the movie itself, which is cool. But you know, I mean, it's people just can't. It's hard to say. You can't really tell people to kind of change, you know. But you can't take everything so seriously. You know. But
yeah, you can't. Yeah. But yeah, let's move on to our next point, which is, what is your favorite Jurassic Park game?
My absolute favorite Jurassic Park game is Jurassic Park Rampage Edition on Sega Genesis, 1994.
Yeah.
That game.
I'll post that on my video.
That game is super difficult and so annoying, but I love the music in it, and I just it takes all the elements from Jurassic Park Sega Genesis game, and just like makes them better.
Yeah, I agree.
I love that game. Like, no, nothing against like the games they've made, like you know, the more updated games like Evolution. Evolution is fun, and I love it. It is a beautiful game, but like, I don't know. I need some. Like we talked before, I need something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I miss that. Like the one game that was very different. There was actually, I would say, like, if I would say Jurassic Park, Jurassic Park Rampage Edition is my favorite. I would say this one is either my second or third favorite. Warpath. You ever?
Oh yeah, that's a classic. That is a
That is,
classic.
you pick dinosaurs as fighters, and it's a versus game, and you fight like
It had,
Tekken
it
or
had that
Mortal
Mortal
Kombat.
Kombat feeling. Yeah,
Yes,
I
and
agree.
it even had like a fatality. Like once you ended your opponent, it would do like
The finisher move.
yes, a finisher move, and it would do a slow motion, and you would hear helicopter with, I guess, an InGen worker like
Hmm.
claiming the one dinosaur is done or something like that. It was
That
awesome.
was an amazing game. Yeah, I don't disagree on you. Jurassic Park Warpath is definitely one of my favorite games in the Jurassic Park franchise.
Definitely. And then if you want to go to arcade style gaming, the Lost World arcade game is
Oh yeah.
absolutely.
I was playing it last time at Dave and Buster's. They had that, and I was
Oh
really
man,
happy to play that arcade game.
it's
It
so
was really
good.
fun.
It's got so many years on it, and you still can have so much fun. You sit in the
Yeah,
car
it's crazy.
and just, it is a shooter game. It is, but like it is a fun game.
It is
Like it's just,
fast paced,
yeah.
and it's a shooter, like you said. Everything about it, it's delightful.
Because it's like around that time they had a lot of these arcade games. Like they had House of Dead, they had Time Crisis. All those arcade games around that time were all shooter games, and they were fast paced. Like you have to, it's a game for an arcade. So like at home, it'd be okay, I guess. But like I feel like in an arcade setting, it is perfect. And it was such a good game, and you get to pick like 3 different like story plots, and that's
Oh,
where
it's still a good game. It's still an amazing game. Like till this day.
you actually get to see the Carnotaurus do the chameleons
Yeah, with the chameleon
camouflage.
eye. Yeah,
Yes,
it had
so good.
it also had the chameleon eyes, which I found to
Yeah.
be very, very interesting.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Dr. Henry Wu has some explaining to do.
Yeah, he's always experimenting, doing some weird stuff, man.
Yeah. Any other games?
I would say, let's see. I have a special place in my heart for the Lost World Jurassic Park game on
Yeah.
PlayStation.
Where you play as the Compy and T-Rex and human?
Yeah, and the hunter, and it is a beautiful, beautiful game. The levels are so great, but man, is that game difficult. Like it is.
It
It
is
gets,
difficult,
yeah.
but it is rewarding at the end after like completing everything in that game.
Oh
Like
yeah,
Jurassic Park Rampage.
yeah. You get the art. You like at the end of each level, you'll get when you complete your characters, you get like the like concept art for the game, and like these beautiful paintings and like renderings, and like I don't know if anybody has those like paintings and drawings, but dude, a folder of those pieces to have would be amazing, because they have like the T-Rex swimming in the water. They have one where the Tyrannosaurus is like walking through these like springs, like the
Yeah.
those ones, the geyser springs,
Uh-huh.
and they are paintings. They're not just like these little renderings. These are actual paintings that they did, and they look incredible. And then they have like character renders of like Dimetrodon, Dimorphodon. They have the hunter that's basically based on the action figure of Data Stark from The Lost World. You have Sarah Harding as Prey. You have the Compsognathus, and then you have the T-Rex. And the T-Rex is so cool. You go through these like areas. You fight a Stegosaurus. The Compy fights an Allosaurus at some point. No, is it Allosaurus? No, it's a
No,
Carnotaurus.
yeah, Carnotaurus. There we
Yeah,
go.
it's that level's called the Sleeping Giant, and it's a Carnotaurus. You wake up by mistake, and it chases you through the game. There's like Brachiosauruses, and you have to watch their steps because they squish you. Like, dude, it's an awesome game. It's just like super difficult. And there's
I don't
no,
disagree on you with that one.
if they had like a saving point, it would have been it would have saved the game, I think.
Easier. I know. It would have been way easier to survive.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
but I would say like those are my favorites. I did like the Jurassic Park builder that they had.
On the iOS devices.
Yeah, a
or
while back.
smartphone.
Yeah.
It's sad
Um,
that they deleted it. I felt really sad because that's when my journey on Jurassic Park video games started. And when they said, hey, we're deleting like Jurassic Park Builder on iOS and smartphone devices forever, I felt like heartbroken because I never had a phone. I was using my friend's phone when I was playing Jurassic Park Builder. And it had a really big impact on me because I wanted to play that game before it got deleted, but then they were like, hey, we already deleted it, sorry, and thank you for enjoying this ride with us. And it had like a big impact in my life, I'm gonna say.
Yeah, no, it's I've loved playing that. I remember how excited I was when I actually got the T-Rex finally. It was like it was a Thanksgiving special where they had it like 50% off or something, because T-Rex basically you have to buy them.
And he's expensive.
Yeah, I know, and I got him for like, I think it was like, it was the only dinosaur I bought.
You're saying he, it's a she.
Oh, that one was, yeah, that was the she. Was it Rexy though? Yeah, it was Rexy.
Yeah, it is Rexy.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say, yeah, like, that T-Rex, that one was great to get. And, yeah, it was fun. It's just like I said, like the park builders are kind of like I would say for me,
at this point.
Yeah, but for me they're more how do I say, like kind of like time wasters. You know, like
I see.
When you have really nothing to do.
Yeah, you just have to wait to collect money. That's one of the main problems.
Yeah, and so that's like you and then they introduced like the battling, which was fun too. But like for example, like Evolution. I see everybody like playing Evolution and they got all these dinosaurs and all this cool stuff. Dude, I'm still on the first island. I have maybe like 4 dinosaurs. I don't have the time to play that. That's the problem. Like I don't. If I had time, it would have been awesome to play that, but I don't really have that. I need a game where like it's kind of like you play through. It has, maybe you could play through a night and then you're done with the game. Like Evolution, you just keep going, and it's like I don't know.
It doesn't have like side quests and everything. Like they give you like missions, like with the entertainment division, science division, and security. Even that, it takes a while sometimes. It says like to get a new mission request, you have to wait for about 2 minutes, and that takes a while. And if it's a mission that you don't necessarily want to do, it's going to take you like a pretty long time. I say like if you don't play like Jurassic World Evolution like an hour at least per day, you're gonna forget what you're doing in that game. Which is one of the main problems.
That's exactly why I haven't really played in a long time. It's just I get lost. I go back into it when I find some time, and I'm like, okay, what was I doing?
Yeah, what was I doing? I don't recall.
Like, I have Witcher 3, and Witcher 3, like, I have no idea where I am in that game. Like,
that's a long game as well.
Yeah, last time I turned it on to play, I was like, where am I? What mission am I doing? Like, what town am I in? Yeah, so, like, it's kind of the same. I know that I'm like I actually think that I might be on the second island in Evolution, and I just got a Dilophosaurus. That's about it. And that was maybe like months ago. I think like in the beginning of quarantine, I played a little bit of it, but then I just kind of got lost.
Well, back, like, if I could get to my favorite games, my favorite Jurassic Park games, I would say number 1 for me, it has to be Jurassic Park Operation Genesis.
Yeah.
Because that was a start of a like, it's like a renaissance of a Jurassic Park video game, to be honest.
No, you're completely right. That's the one that was the game changer.
Yeah.
The reason that it's not really on the top of my list, I was not able to get that game. I didn't get it. So I only had it when I had like an emulator on my old computer, and I would get to a certain point and it would crash. So I never really got to get the full. Yeah, I never got the full like immerse
experience.
Yes, of like that game. So that's why it's never been on the top of my list. But I can agree that it is a game changer. That changed the whole aspect of Jurassic Park gaming.
Because the model and that video game in Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, they looked amazing. The Spinosaurus, the T-Rex, and everything, they looked pretty accurate to what the movie looked like. Even though it's not like, even like if the graphics during that time weren't perfect, it looked pretty similar. The colors in that were amazing. The music was beyond phenomenal. And one of the things that I liked Jurassic Park Operation Genesis compared to Jurassic World Evolution is that you can zoom in into people and see what they have to say. Like, you can zoom in one person, it's gonna say his name, his bio, what age he is, what he
Yeah.
came to see, how many money he has, how much money he has, and that was like pivotal to me because when I go to Jurassic World Evolution, which I'm going to talk about later,
Yeah.
it doesn't do that, which kind of sucks, but it's not really a big problem. And yeah, it gives you also other dinosaurs that we have never seen in the Jurassic Park franchise, such
Mhm.
as the Allosaurus, which was red in that video game.
Mhm.
We had the Carcharodontosaurus,
Mhm.
which was very interesting because it was a rival to the Spinosaurus during the Cretaceous era in North Africa, which I
Yeah.
loved to death, and it's still one of my favorite dinosaurs, the Carcharodontosaurus. And what else do we have? Yeah, once you finish the game, it gives you like Isla Sorna, Site B, and that island you can go and you can spawn how like any amount of dinosaur you want, and you can make them kill each other and everything. They can free roam, and that is what I loved about Jurassic Park Operation Genesis because it was, like you said, the start of a new era for Jurassic Park video games.
No, yeah, it's like I remember being on Jurassic Park Legacy, and they would have modifications so you can have different dinosaur skins. So you would have like you could have the buck T-Rex, you could have the doe, um, or the Rexy skin, or you could have you could change their skins to look a lot
Hmm.
like whatever dinosaur you wanted to look like. I think they also had like skins to make the Parasaurolophus like the first Jurassic Park ones, which were kind of like greenish,
Yeah.
and they really got in there, and they can modify a lot of things, and that is like something that people love to do in those type of games. Like I've seen now that there's a lot of modification going on with Jurassic World Evolution.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, that game was awesome, and it just sucked at the time because I didn't have the system to play it, and then when I finally got the system
It
to play the
crashed.
game, no, when I actually got the system to play the game was like so hard to find and
Yeah.
super expensive, and that game is still expensive to this day. Like
Hmm.
finding a brand new one, you're gonna like shell out a lot of money, and finding a used one that's good, you're still shelling out a good amount of money for that game.
Yeah, I agree on you with that one. But it's a quality game, though. That's all we gotta say, both of us, to
Hmm.
be honest.
Yeah.
And my other favorite game, I should say, my second favorite game is Jurassic Park Trespasser. Now,
Oh yeah.
hear me out. I know it's like the mechanics, it's horrible in that game. It's horrible. I agree.
The premise is
Yeah.
good.
But yeah, the storyline in that video game was like abnormal. It was something way different because it explained like some lore for the Jurassic Park franchise,
Hmm.
like stating the five islands, uh, like the five deaths, and it also gave us like some minor details like how many Tyrannosaurus Rex they had on each island and everything else. Which later on we came to the fact that this video game was correct. They had 7 dinosaurs on each island, and the biggest one was on Isla Nublar, and her name was Rexy, obviously.
Hmm.
The other interesting thing is that they had an Albertus, if I remember, was it an Allosaurus or Albertosaurus in Isla Sorna, and it wasn't on the Ingens list as well. And we saw that in the game, and it was very, very cool, in my opinion. Other than that, the game mechanics really were horrible, but the story and the premise were amazing for Jurassic Park Trespasser.
Yeah, because it was released too early. It wasn't finished when it was released. They released it without being finished. But that game was another game changer, not just for Jurassic, but for gaming in general. It was supposed to be like this revolutionary game that was supposed to um just change the industry of gaming. But since it was released unfinished, basically, we got it got the bad rap that it did. But like
Yeah.
the premise, the story, everything was incredible. And I mean, they have some versions of the game now where you can patch it and it can be playable. I've seen Clayton play it, and I've seen other people play it. But it's still spotty. The dinosaurs still like move weird, but the whole one of the best things of that game is John Hammond's memoirs. You
Yes.
hear Sir Richard Attenborough speak. And it's actually him doing it. It's not a voice actor. It's him like talking about like the memories of like the first hatching of Rexy, the raptors, and that's where he says, I think the seven kings of the island, those are the seven T-Rexes, and
Yeah.
it's so awesome to just hear that. That's like that is a piece of gold from that game. That is one of the most treasured things from Trespasser for me that I could take from that game. Because I
That's
never.
also what I taken because like
Mhm.
other than that like I said the gameplay, the game mechanics, it's not really good. It's just the story. The story as a Jurassic Park fan, it motivates you to push on, then hear what John Hammond has to say even more.
Yeah, exactly. Like personally, I've never played the game. I've watched gameplay, and I've listened to the memoirs on Jurassic Time, but never played it. I always wanted to, but then it's like I don't know. I think I'd probably just get kind of like frustrated that the mechanics were all off or whatever.
Yeah, and the game doesn't give you like specific details on which locations to go. You just gotta figure it out on yourself, which is one of the other problems in that game because it's a pretty open map and you don't know what's happening most of the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, now let's move on to our other topic. What is your least favorite Jurassic Park game?
Let's see. Least favorite. I would say my least favorite was the Lost World Jurassic. No, actually, yeah, the least favorite that I've played. I'll put it that way. The least favorite
And
that
you
I've
played.
that I've played was the Lost World Jurassic Park on Sega Genesis.
Okay.
It had some good stuff in it, but like it just I don't know, man. I feel like they went kind of a cheap route, like
Yeah.
or they had the graphics to make it look like the Jurassic Park games, but they went the Nintendo way. It was just like this little guy, supposedly that's Malcolm, going around just shooting, picking up eggs and stuff. It was like almost like a play on the original Jurassic Park, Chaos Continues, or Jurassic Park, the game on Nintendo. And there was some moments where it had like these 3D type of like action scenes where you're
Yeah,
playing.
the 3D moments, yeah.
Yeah, they were okay, but man, T-Rex looked horrible. Some of the dinosaurs just didn't look right. It was There's good things about that game, but it's not one of my favorites. It's like the one that I least like to play. But it's not I don't hate it, but
Got it.
you know. One that I didn't play but I've seen online that looked just horrible was the Saturn one. I think it was like no, not it's Sega CD, which is just it isn't even Jurassic Park. It's just like
Something else.
yeah, it's like puzzles and like characters. They have like Dennis Nedry, but don't look like Dennis Nedry. It looks like some other guy. And I have the game. I don't have the system to play it, but
Yeah.
I have it. I don't even think it's like a CD. I think it's like CD something. It's some system that existed back then that I had no idea about. But like, I have a lot of the
Some
games.
bootleg thing.
Yeah, basically, I have a lot of the games. Like, I just don't have the systems to play it. I just collect the games, kind of like I collect different Blu-ray sets and whatnot. You
Yeah.
know, so I've never played it, but I've seen videos of it. I think it's the Angry Gaming Nerd. I think that's the guy.
I think I know who you're talking about.
he-
I think I'm
Yeah, he played the game and he was like, "This game is absolutely garbage," and it's bad. It's like it's not even Jurassic. They just slapped Jurassic Park on it and just sold it. Ugh. But yeah,
I don't have any Jurassic Park game that I personally played that I hate, but one of the ones that I was kinda deceived. I'm not really hating on it or anything, but Jurassic Park Telltale game.
oh
It
wow,
was
I completely forgot
amazing.
about that one.
Yeah, it's it's one of my favorite games. Don't get me wrong. The only thing that I was deceived about that game is the fact that it was a Telltale game because the storyline was amazing. I loved the characters. I loved the story progression. I just wanted to control the characters even more. Like if it was like a third-person game instead of a Telltale game where you just talk, and talk. I would have preferred having a game where you can control with like the joystick, the player, and move through Isla Nublar and everything, which would have been much more fun. But even though it's a Telltale game, I still love that game. It's gold. That's all I got. It's gold, but it would have been better if it didn't have only dialogues in that game.
Wow, honestly, I can't believe I forgot about that game.
I
But
know.
like,
It's crazy how.
but yeah, I love that game too. Like, but I completely agree with you. It was like a disservice where, like, I was like, man, I wish I can go into that room. Man, I wish I could just walk into those bushes over there. Or I would love to go by that tree. Like just a little bit more open world in that game, and that game would have been perfect. Because
I think it would have been the best Jurassic Park game ever made
definitely,
if it
like,
was a bit open.
the storyline was fantastic. It
The
was just,
dinosaurs in there as well.
oh, so good, so good. Like, and you see that Triceratops and T-Rex fight that is
Yeah.
iconic, that you never see anything anywhere else. They have that fight, so great. Just the whole plot and introducing the Troodons into the game, which
Yes.
were so creepy, and finally we're gonna get a Mattel figure of them, which is great.
Yeah, I saw that. They released that in England, right?
Hopefully it'll be coming through here soon, because
Hope
I've been
so.
waiting on that figure.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, like, I apologize that I forgot completely about that game. Like,
Sorry, even I forgot about it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to hate on that game. I really loved
No,
Jurassic Park.
I know
Telltale.
a lot of people hate on that game. I don't.
I know.
I absolutely loved it. Like, when it
You
came
know
out.
the Gaming Beaver by any chance?
I don't know him personally, but I know his page. Yeah.
Okay, you know his page. So basically, like, he's one of the biggest YouTubers, dinosaur
Mhm.
YouTubers. I think he is the biggest dinosaur YouTuber.
I think he
in
is.
the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
And he was like, I didn't like Jurassic Park Telltale game. I was like kind of deceived because I thought it was amazing. Like you said, with the Troodon, where they put the Troodon in that game as a dinosaur who bites you, he doesn't like fully kill you. He paralyzes you, then puts eggs in your lungs and everything to keep its eggs warm. I found that to be very unique and very interesting
Ooh.
for a dinosaur in the
I
Jurassic Park franchise.
Oh man, I forgot about that. Wow.
Yeah.
That thing is deadly.
And there's
Well,
also another aquatic reptile in that game. The
Yeah.
Tylosaurus, the first aquatic reptile that we ever saw in a Jurassic Park.
and there's mention in the game, not necessarily by word, but just by imagery, of plesiosaurs. You see him kind of like in the
I've seen
background.
it before. Yeah.
And the thing about that game too is I don't know. Did you when you got that game? Did you get the collector's pack, or no?
No, I didn't get the collector's.
Oh, the collector's edition is incredible. It comes in a in-gen box with a letter by John Hammond telling you welcome to the team, and it comes with a badge, an in-gen badge, and this booklet with all of Dr. Sorkin's illustrations.
Oh my god, I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it
put
was-
that on my screen right now.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
you could buy the game or the collector's edition. The collector's edition only gave you the PC game. So like if you bought the Xbox one, or if you bought, the PlayStation one or whatever, I think it was PS3 at the time. If you bought that one, you couldn't get the collector's edition. The collector's edition only brought the PC game. So I never played the PC one. I never put it into my computer, but I bought it just for the edition, because it was so great. Like, and the thing that we didn't like, a lot of fans that were a little pissed off about, is that Telltale sent the box with no box. So it was like the beautiful in-gen box that you got had the postage stamp on it. And we're like, come on, man. Like, for collectors like myself, I'm like, we had to be very careful peeling that postage stamp off so that it didn't leave any residue or it didn't rip the box. They should have sent that in a separate box. It would have been perfect.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
Yeah. But no, it's such a great addition.
Oh my God, I didn't even know that existed. Thank you for putting that on
Oh yeah, and
my
check.
radar right now.
I don't know how much it probably is going for. Probably a lot now,
Yeah.
but check it out. If you find one, man. If you like collecting, like cool Jurassic Park merch, that is one to have on your collection.
Because I'm a collector as well, like for video games and toys. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna put that on my radar and find if I hopefully find a cheap one. I'm gonna get it, obviously.
Yeah, man. Get one that's. Don't try to get one that's it's unopened. It's a crime to have an
Yeah.
unopened box. There's so much cool stuff in there. Like
Mhm.
it you have to have it open. You know.
Yeah. But yeah, Jurassic Park Telltale, it's an amazing game.
Mhm.
Just if it gave us like the option to just roam around the island, that would have been even better.
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
the license contingency as well. When one of the doctors, I think her name was Hoskins.
Do you
Was
mean the doctor, like the evil one? That's
Yeah,
up.
the evil one.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
Sorkin.
lady.
Sorkin.
Sorkin. Yeah,
Mhm.
Sorkin. She when she was explaining license contingency on how the dinosaurs can survive even after after their outbreak, it was really interesting because in Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World, I didn't really understand what license contingency was.
Mm.
But when Dr. Sorskins explained it, I was like, "Oh, this makes much more sense."
Yeah.
So that was a great addition in the movie.
Oh no, they did their homework. The guys that did. There's like you can find it on YouTube. There's like bonus features where you talk to the creators of the game, and they talk about how they did their research and this and that. Like they really delve into finding like the whole mythos of Jurassic. So just like
And we salute them on that one.
the with Camp Cretaceous, they did their homework. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So.
it's still one of the best games I'd say for the
Mhm.
Jurassic
Yes.
Park. So now moving on to mobile games. What are your thoughts? We know we have some few mobile games, but what are your thoughts on these mobile games?
Like I said, they're cool, but like mobile games, I don't. But that's just me being biased. I don't really like a lot of my time. If I'm playing mobile games, honestly, I play a lot of solitaire, and
Yes.
like mobile games, like with like the Jurassic Cart Builder. When I had the time back then, it was awesome. I love playing
Hmm.
it. But when you don't have like time to spend and you're really busy, like
Yeah.
I don't really see myself playing them. But like I could see for like the younger generations, those games are awesome to play. Like the one that's like what's the other one? I think it's like Jurassic World.
Jurassic World the game or
Uh,
Jurassic World Alive. Yeah.
yeah, that one. That's
Or
like
Pokemon Go.
yeah, it's like Pokemon Go. I really didn't get into that one because it came out around the time where like just life got really busy for me,
Yeah.
so I never really was able to enjoy it. Um, but if it's anything like Pokemon Go, when Pokemon Go came about, like I love playing that game. I bet Alive is somewhat similar, right?
Yeah. It is
Um,
similar.
so yeah, like those are cool games, but like I said, I'm being biased by personal opinion that for me they're not exactly for me, you know.
I
But
understand.
I can see a lot of people enjoying them and having a lot of fun. I feel like that one, just collecting dinosaurs, is a really cool idea, you know?
We're kind of on the same boat good because I have the kind of similarly the same opinion as you have because I am a big fan of Jurassic Park Builder, as I've mentioned earlier to you.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, when Jurassic World the game came out, I also started to get busy with my life, so I didn't get the opportunity to spend hours and hours like I did for Jurassic Park Builder for
Exactly.
Jurassic World the game. So I was like, sorry, I can't spend this much time on the game, even though it looks amazing.
Hmm.
Then now, like I'm pretty like outdated on Jurassic World Alive and Jurassic World the game.
Same.
So it kind of sucks staying out of touch with Jurassic Park stuff, but
Yeah.
yeah, you got to stay in check with reality sometimes. That's the only problem.
Yeah. No, it's kind of like it goes as well. Like for I mean my social media page, my Instagram. I was constantly uploading stuff like a while back, like all the time. Now it's like
Yeah,
every once in a while because just life takes over and you get too busy. So I
and
try
you
when I
forget about it sometimes. Yeah.
yeah, I try when I can. I try to repost other uh, people in the community. I try to, do what I can, but like it's hard. So like these games require you to be on your phone, just like kind of just playing. If I am on my phone, it's basically answering emails and answering like
Calls.
it, DMs and calls where like
Yeah.
people are asking, "Hey, I have this idea for a tattoo. I have this," and I get those a lot. So it's like I don't really have the time to play. I would love to have the time to play these games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would love to be to the level of what I see like my friend Tom Jurassic putting with the evolution, all those dinosaurs he has. Man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But I just don't.
It is what it is. We
Yeah,
can't do much about it.
exactly, exactly.
But yeah. Now, moving on to the future of Jurassic Park games. So, what do you see happening for Jurassic Park games in the near future or the faraway future?
Okay, so on this topic, I'll bring back something I spoke about earlier. Um, One of my favorite absolute games of all time is Dino Crisis. Now, recently, Clayton has brought that to the forefront where I don't think much people knew about that game. One of my favorite franchises of video gaming of all time is Resident Evil. I love Resident Evil. Like, I am a hardcore super fan of those games. I've I think there's only 2 games out of the entire series that I haven't beaten because I just haven't had the chance to play the game. Every other one of those games I've destroyed. Like I'm a hardcore fan of those games, right? So
Yeah.
when Capcom decided, hey, let's make a Resident Evil style game, but with dinosaurs, I was fully on board. Got that game, played the hell out of it. Like I played that game to the point that I was like beating that game under like an hour or 2 hours. Like I was just a
Oh,
monster.
you were going pro gamer then.
Yeah, basically this is back in the day, you know.
Yeah.
I'm actually in I'm trying to find a good priced PlayStation because my friends last Christmas got me Dino Crisis, and I'm trying to get a good priced PlayStation lately where I have a little spending money to like actually buy one so I can play Dino Crisis. Like I want to play that game.
I feel your temptation in your whole body.
Yeah. So like, yeah, dude, like this we need a game like how we were talking before for adult gamers. Don't do a Jurassic World one. If you want to
Yeah.
if we want to keep the premise of Blue and Owen and all that, like the kids love Blue, the kids love, keep Jurassic World on a different gaming level. You know what I mean? Just do other stuff. But if we want to get to the adult gamers and the adult like audience, they made a game not too long ago, Mondo, which was they did like one with Robert Muldoon and like Raptors, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's bringing back Jurassic Park. Now, I would say bring back Jurassic Park in a Dino Crisis style. In like I think it was like Indian versus Raptors, and bring it into that type of form where it's kind of like you can like free roaming and like puzzles and stuff like that. Not necessarily have like I said, I know the big issue with in Universals with guns. Not necessarily have them just killing dinosaurs, but maybe have like tranquilizers, have gas cans where they can throw
gas, yeah.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
the dinosaurs run away.
Exactly.
Just like something different.
Yeah, have kind of like a sense where you have to not necessarily make it easy for you to survive. Kind of like mix in a little bit of, like you said before, Alien Isolation, mixed in with Dino Crisis, and then give it not an R rating. It's a bit tough, but these guys have been creating movies and doing like entertainment for years. It shouldn't be that tough to create something that'll have that type, that'll work
And
for
the
us.
problems that we the fans are like crying to Universal Studios to give us something Jurassic Park related for a video game, which shouldn't be a big thing because Jurassic Park is one of the main like income for Universal Studios, I'm assuming.
No,
So
it's a cash
they
cow.
should, Yeah, so they should like take notes when we say please. We need like video games, and also I remember for Jurassic World Evolution, like we the fans were crying to Frontier Developments to mod the game, but Frontier Developments would like we can't do this because of the contract we had with Universal Studios, and they don't want us to mod. They don't want you to mod the video game, so that's kind of a problem. It would be nice if Universal Studios was like laid back and was like, hey, we're gonna bring out like multiple Jurassic Park video games. Not all of them are gonna be park builders. We're gonna have like some that look like Dino Crisis, some like Alien Isolation, some like Jurassic World Evolution, and like etc. So they should like push a lot of Jurassic Park video games, and obviously one of them's gonna stick out, and they should follow that role model, like
Yeah,
Jurassic Park Operation Genesis was.
yeah, dude. Like I feel like if there is a future in Jurassic Park gaming, it should go down that route. Like it should go down the third person or first person shooter route, but not make it exactly. I don't honestly. I don't. This is my personal opinion. I don't want a Call of Duty with dinosaurs. I don't.
I get it. Yeah, even I don't want
Yeah,
that.
I don't
I
want.
don't think Jurassic Park fans want that, honestly.
Yeah, if you want a Call of Duty with dinosaurs, play Turok. Just play Turok. There
Yeah.
you go. That's it. That's it. That's basically Call of Duty with dinosaurs. You know,
I agree.
I want more of a thriller. I want more of a Resident Evil type. Resident Evil. What I love about Resident Evil, and where I didn't like it, is when it started turning first person shooter. Well, I always loved the third person view. I love
Yeah.
that way when you open a door, the whole background blacks out, and you just hear the door just open, and you just see your hand opening, like turning the knob of the door. That's
Mhm.
creepy, man. Just imagine like turning those doors in like the ancient facility. You just hear that, and just it opens up. You go down a hallway, you hear the purrs of the raptor, and you just look around, and you just don't know where it's coming from. That's what I want.
That will be amazing. That gave me like chills, to be honest.
Yeah, man. And I was recently since it's like Halloween season, like they put like like that the Blair Witch game for like half off, and I was like, I'll buy it. So I played a little bit of it, and it has like it says that this game should be played with headphones. That's how a Jurassic Park game should be played, with headphones,
Yeah.
where like you hear the sounds of like the clicks of the raptor claw somewhere, and you're like, okay, where'd that come from? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
right, left, in front, back. Yeah.
They you know what I mean?
Yeah. I see what you
Grabbing
mean.
ammo. Yeah, like going out there, finding boxes of ammo like you do in Resident Evil. They only give you a box of like 5. You're gonna have to survive with those 5 like tranquilizers for like the
For
next
a
half
while.
hour. You know,
Mhm.
that type of building. And then when you have to go into a room, you gotta like decode something, and it's like a puzzle. Like in Dino Crisis, you gotta find key cards. You pick up a key card off a dead InGen worker. You know, things like that. You can just lessen the blood. You don't have to make it so bloody like Dino Crisis. Dino Crisis is bloody as hell. But like
Yeah. I agree with you on that one.
you lessen some of the blood, you hide some of the violence. So like if you can have maybe like teenagers play where their parents won't get mad about them playing that game, and you make a game that like will suit the older fans and still go gear the younger fans as well, you know?
Mhm.
I honestly I don't know why it's so difficult.
I know, it's crazy. We're like on our knees begging. We're like crying at this point.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. I
I
don't
think
get
I know, we know they can do it because we've seen Jurassic World Evolution and how good it was. So, what's the problem with doing another type of different game? Maybe they're being lazy, maybe there's something. Something is wrong. That's all I got to say. We
Yeah.
know they can do it, but for some reason they're not doing it.
Mhm.
So, if Universal Studios is listening to us out of nowhere, please just do it. Nike.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So that's what I feel the future. That's what the future for Jurassic Park would. The better future, I feel, where it has to go down. That's the path it has to go down.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
You can't just
I'm
keep
on the
making
same boat.
park builders, man. It's
Yeah,
not-
it gets boring.
Yeah.
If they release like another like Jurassic World Evolution 2, I'm not gonna complain a lot, but it's gonna be like again,
yeah.
like I want something like unique, like please.
Mhm.
But I'm not gonna be complaining if Jurassic World Evolution 2 comes out because I loved the first one.
Honestly, I'll still play it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I said, I want something on
unique,
on
different.
that realm of things, you know?
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Well, that'll be it for the video. Do you have anything to say at the end?
Nah, man, I'm just I was glad to be on here, man, and yeah, hope to do another conversation like this again, you know?
I would love to have another conversation with you. Do you want to plug any of your social media accounts?
Yeah, you guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jaye Jurassick, which is JAYE_JURASSICK. Both of them are the same for Twitter and the Instagram page. You know.
Alrighty. It was really nice having you on my podcast. Finally, we've tried to have it for a while. I know that. And I'm sorry on my behalf as well.
Oh, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
So, Jay, it was really nice talking to you, and I will see you
too,
next
man.
time.
All right, bro.
Take care.